Well, I guess, because I work with trauma so much, you can look at your childhood and all these kinds of ways I behaved, certainly. And I was neglected a lot. So I spent a lot of time alone, like observing other people. I had a lot of fear.
Does it mean I was neglected a lot? What does that tangibly mean for you? What were the points within you that were gifted through that?
My parents worked a lot. I mean, they had like well-paying jobs, but they worked a lot. My mother was very disconnected emotionally. Like she'd come home from work and we'd eat food in front of the TV kind of thing. And she never wanted any type of emotions of anything. And then my parents divorced when I was very young. And my older sister was a huge bully to me. She would like terrorize me. And then my dad was an alcoholic. So it was very volatile with emotions. You never knew what you were going to get. So I spent my childhood really in this like grave loneliness of doing everything kind of myself. And then when I'd go to school and such, I would like want to talk a lot. Like every report card I ever had said Nadia talks too much. And ironically, now I use my voice to talk and help others find their voice. I think we can look at our childhoods and how also like a big part of my work is our sexual story, right? Like what were our first experiences? What did we first learn about sex? How did we come into our bodies, right? Like, how did we experience puberty? A lot of it was with fear, shutdown, disconnect. I always had, like, I bought a lot of Cosmo magazines when I was a teenager because I was somehow so curious about sex and like horny and like trying to figure this out. And then I was really that friend that everyone would come to in high school who would be like,
Mm.
I've never told anyone this. Like, I'm going to tell you, or their first times, or I'd take people to STI parties. I'd like make everyone come together and like go after school and we'd all go to the local clinic and like I just had a shamelessness. I'd like round everyone up and be like, we gotta all get tested. Like I started very young and also drugs and alcohol very young. And yeah, I just had this like shamelessness I was kind of wild about.
Is that true? You had shamelessness or you had immense shame?
I think I was shameless, like, everyone tried to shame me, they tried to slut shame me and stuff, but I always had this, like, hard shell of, I recall a very specific example where we were in sex ed class in high school, but it was, like, someone else came in to, like, teach it, not the typical teacher, and my friends would ask me questions, and I would keep raising my hand to ask the teacher, and then this guy, like, made a comment, he's like, "Oh, she's, like, wants to learn all about sex." I was like, "Yeah, like, maybe you'd be good at sex if you asked questions and you weren't embarrassed about it." Like, I just always had a clap back, like, it was just, like, this weirdly bold thing for me that I kind of liked, and I dressed really slutty, I loved to, like, show off. Yeah, it was kind of an attention-seeking thing, yeah, when I started having sex at a young age at 14, it was luckily my first experiences were so beautiful and with someone who really loved me, even though I really broke his heart. But then I started just, yeah, drugs and alcohol, partying, the queer club, sex in the bathroom, just wild stuff.